Welcome creators, I'm the Hommeyosh, and this is my channel. We inspire creativity, explore game development, and bring Unreal Engine projects to life. In this video, we're continuing our third-person game series by adding a health bar to the enemy's character that we created in part 7. If you haven't seen the third-person game series yet, I highly recommend going back and checking it out. The link will be in the description below. We're also going to style the health bar using a custom image, which I've included for free. You'll find the link in the description as well. And finally, we'll set up the logic so the enemy disappears upon death and the health bar vanishes with it. So with that said, let's jump into the editor. Okay, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go into our UI pack where we had the widget. We're going to create a new widget by right-clicking. You'll see this little toolbar pop up. We want to go to interface and we want to get widget blueprint. We're just going to get user widget and just select that, and we'll call this enemy health bar. Okay, so we're going to go in there and double click the enemy health bar. The first thing we're going to get is a canvas. We're going to drag that into this thing, and the next thing we want to get is a progress bar. I'm just going to type it, well, no, not bar. I'm just going to type in bar. It's going to bring the progress bar, and over in the, let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger, and the details panel here with progress bar selected, I want to anchor it to the center, and I want to do position 1. I just put these in 1. We're going to do the sizes later. So under styles, you'll see the background image and the fill image. So if you can go in the description, you can go ahead and download these. I already made these images. I imported them into my game already. Health bar and empty health bar and regular health bar. You're going to want both of those. For the background, you're going to want empty health bar, so just bring this down and go into none, just type in empty. Okay, there it is. Type in empty health bar. Want the empty health bar in there, and go ahead and put that back, and then go into fill image and just put in the regular health bar. Now I put the sizes 5.6 by 127. That's what we're going to put up here. It's the same size as the health bar. So 561 by 127. And that's going to make your health bar up here. We also want to align this. So under alignment, I just want to do 0.5. So that's like halfway. So everything seems to be there. So let me see. So we got fill image, we got the background image, that is all done. So we can go ahead and check it out by a percent. And you see as we fill it up, it fills up too. Okay, so we're just going to leave that at 1. That looks good. Let's compile and save that. So now we need to attach it to our BP third person, not our BP enemy character that we imported from, that we made in part 7. So if you haven't watched that yet, go back and watch the part 7, how to get the enemy character. I'm not going to do that in this video. We already did it in the last one. So what I'm going to do is I put that under the third person character. I'm going to go under blueprints, and there's our enemy character right there. I'm going to go ahead and double click here. And let me find a good space. Where do I want to put him? Okay, there's the death and then the respawn. Let me put it right here. We're going to look for event tick. We're going to go ahead and grab that. And let's put that down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cast to the enemy health bar. So So there's enemy health bar. Yeah. So we got to bring the widget in. That's one thing I didn't bring in is the widget. So we're looking for our get widget. Okay, so we're just going to bring in the widget. We're going to call it the health bar. Okay, so now we're going to drag in the widget. And we're going to make sure with health bar selected, we're going to scroll down here. We're looking for the widget class. So under widget class, you'll see none. We want to go ahead and add a widget, which is our enemy health bar. Okay, so let me go ahead and compile and save that. And then we're gonna, don't worry about the error, because we're gonna take care of that. We're gonna get widget. We're just gonna get the widget and we're gonna plug it in. And now when you hit compile and save, everything's gonna be great. So this one now is tied into the health bar widget. That's the object. So off of enemy health bar, we're gonna get, or the cast to enemy health bar, we're gonna get the enemy health bar. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do, which is very important, I'm gonna go back into the health bar, and I never labeled this. So I need to go ahead and make sure that that is named to enemy health bar. There we go. That's what the problem was. So you go back into the character and we want to get the enemy health bar, and there it goes and pops up get enemy health bar. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to set the percent. Oh yeah, set percent. And make sure that goes into the cast enemy health bar. And we're going to get the health that we already have set up. So I'm going to have to redo the health, but this is good enough for this video. We'll go back and we'll do another video on the health. We're just going to use the same health that we made off of the BP third person character. Okay, so we're going to use that health. And the next thing I want to do, everything should be tied in. So the next thing I want to do is, I want to get the health widget that we made here, the health bar. And then I want to set world rotation. There it is. That's what I wanted. Okay. So we're getting the world rotation off of the health bar. Because we can go ahead and set it up right now, but it's just gonna show the health bar as like it would be stuck on the screen. So we need to go ahead and make sure that that is being shown in the camera properly. It's on top of the camera in the scene. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to find look at rotation. There it is, find look at rotation. Okay, then we're going to get world location off of the health bar. Oops. That's location. Okay, so next we're going to do is we're going to get the player camera manager. Camera manager, that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to get world location. Okay, transform component, that'd be fine. That's what we're going to use. Oh, no, do it. That there. Okay, this is our return value here. So we're going to have the start and the end. Sorry, the start. The start is going to be off the get world location from the health bar. That is going to be our start. Our end is the get the world location, or a target, I'm sorry. The target goes into the get world location. So that all seems to be set. Let's compile that and save it. Now that while I'm in here, there's a couple more things that I want to do. I want to add some weapon physics. So where am I going to go? Off the respawn here. This is so the weapon drops when the character dies instead of just staying in his hand. So I want to get the weapon. I mean, you don't need the weapon, but this is good for like the regular. I need to go back and do this to the third person character as well when he dies. So I'm gonna set simulate physics. And if you don't want to do this, you can just skip this on the timeline. So we're just gonna set simulate physics, and what we want to do is we want to detach from actor. Okay, detach from actor. And we want to keep world. Keep world. We want to keep relative and change this one to keep world. Okay, so now I want to set collision enabled. So this is bounces around. Oops, first I have to come off the weapon again, and then we'll set collision enabled. Okay, and then we're gonna delay. We're gonna put a delay. And with the delay, we want to put it like 4 seconds. That should be good. Okay, and we want to get the weapon. Oh no, I'm sorry. We want to get the health bar. Let me drag that health bar in. Okay, and next, off of delay, we want to cast to enemy health bar. There's enemy health bar. Okay, I'm gonna drag my comments a little bit further out there. So next, off of the health bar, I want to get widget. Plug that in here. Oops. And then I want to set visibility. That's a hidden. Okay, so what we did in here, we set up the weapon in the hand to basically he's gonna drop. When he dies, he's going to drop the weapon. It's just going to bounce around, and we're setting collision enabled to no collision. It's going to be on the weapon. I'm sorry, no, that's another thing. For setting collision, we're gonna do physics only, no query. Where's that? Physics only, no collision. Okay, there we go. That's what we want to do. Okay, so, oh, no. Sorry about that. Okay, then we're delaying it for like 4 seconds. So after he dies, all that's done. We're getting everything from the health bar, and we're just going to set the visibility to hidden. So let's go hit play. So after he dies, it disappears. Okay, so another thing is we can go ahead and set the same thing. We get the character mesh. and set visibility. No visible. Okay, and then I also have to go into the viewport, and we're gonna have to change this a little bit. So let me go ahead and bring that up, and we're gonna have to scale it down. So let me hit R, and we're just gonna scale this. That looks pretty good. I'm going to hit play. Now right now I have the damage set to maximum. It's set up to 100. So I'm going to go back into my third person character. We're going to open him up. And I'm going to go into that melee attack notified where we had the applied damage. I have it set up to 100%. So I found out what's good. I have to remake the health for the enemy BP character because I have it set up the same way as my third person character because it's just a copy. So I'll go back and do that later on. But right now we're just going to set this to 0.025. I found that that works the best, and we can compile and hit play. And we hit him a couple times and you can see his progress bar goes down a little bit. And then he dies. The weapon doesn't detach. So let me see what's going on with that, but everything else is working. Let me see why his weapon is not detaching right. I see what the problem here is. Under set simulate physics, I don't have it checked. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of that right there. I'm going to go back into the BP third person character here, and we're going to go inside the melee attack notify, and right over here it is. The trace, sphere trace for objects, it's set for duration. We're just going to do none. And everything works. He drops the mace. Now the mace stays still. That's no problem. I want it to stay still. But the character disappears. Everything seems to be working. And that's it, creators. You've just seen how to add a health bar to your enemy, style it with a custom image, and set up character and health bar's visibility to hidden when the enemy dies. If this video has been helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the rest of my Unreal Engine tutorials in the series. And always, stay inspired and keep creating.